Hey everybody, welcome back to DETV. Hello Legendaric, good to see you. Let's see, today we're going to be talking about brand new dice. Surprise! Yesterday we launched Shape Water, so let's take a look at the newsletter. Shape Water, bright, blue, beautiful dice set. 10 dice, big chunky in there, infinity dice, the whole works, pretty gold inking. And let's take a closer look. Got a set here. We'll roll them out. Hi Gochi Jen, hi BB Dub, Jay Maloney, Farron Coon. Good to see you guys. Alright, Shape Water. Let's just grab this big boy here, take a look. So, swirled set. Got a really pretty like true blue swirled with a bright cyan color. And this gold inking is pretty unique actually. I'm not sure that we have it on a ton of sets, but it's like a paler gold than usual. And it's just really pretty. Very sandy, sunny vibes. Definitely reminds me of like a pool floaty. Here's our infinity. Check it out. But yeah, you can see on the inking, it also is like a glittery gold ink, so it's got a little extra shimmer in there. But yeah, very pretty. Shape Water. And, what I was going to say. Maria's card. Let's read Maria's card. So, Shape Water. Once you've mastered the cantrip to shape water, you can then begin to shake water. Roll like the waves and catch your foes in the undertow with the summery blue dice set. Inked in shades of, set in swirled shades of blue, inked in beach sand yellow. Yeah, so the yellow's pretty nice. It's like a sandy golden color. Very pretty. I don't know if any of you guys have gotten or ordered yours yet, but I think they're a lot of fun. They're very summer, so perfect for the season, obviously. Yeah, and these are kind of cool because a lot of times we do our swirled sets end up with glitter and like vapor effects in them. So this is a more solid set, which we don't, it's nice to shake it up, have variety. So those are cool. One more. Da-da-da. Yeah, very pretty. Okay. Going back to the newsletter, let's take a look. Oh, all right. Okay. So I think I already talked about this a little bit last week, but when Maria named it Shape Water, and then I knew we were going to have to drop them this week, so I wanted to come up with something else to put in the newsletter. And I like to come up with D&D content as much as we can, as much as we have time to. And so it's like, all right, well, what's a spin on Shape Water? And I could not get out of my head bloodbending from Avatar, which is silly, but also great. So I put together a bloodbending spell. Oh, by the way, 10% off your order this week if you use the code SURF. And you should just sign up for the newsletter if you want those codes, because sometimes I forget to say what they are on the stream. Yeah, so hemostatic control is what we've got this week. It is a high-level spell, 6th level spell, because of obvious reasons. You don't want, level 1 characters messing around with this. But essentially, it starts off as a way to paralyze a targeted creature, and then if you cast it at higher levels, you actually gain control over that creature. And the more control you have, the more you basically can get it to where now on your turn you can use that character as if it was their turn. So which is very cool and very dangerous and very deadly. So high level spell. But a lot of fun, I think. I haven't play tested it yet, but I'm sure it would be great. And the inspirations were like hold person, control person, spells like that. So yeah, if anyone's familiar with the Avatar show, basically there are 4 types of, I guess, we can go ahead and call them magic users, who can control the 4 different elements. So you can control the air, the water, earth, and fire. So water bending can become a way to blood bend. They call it blood bending, and it's very, frowned upon, obviously, a very no kind of thing to do, but pretty cool. I mean, lots of fun. And this set's pretty fun too, in the fact that it completes our 4 elemental sets here, which we just released this year. So I'm pretty sure, I think Maria, did you know this was happening as we were going through? I think so, but I'm not sure. But we just so happen now to have all 4 elements represented as dice sets, which is a lot of fun. Heir Apparent, Earthquake, and Fireball, which we've gone over with you guys in the past. Glitchy Jen, you're asking, since you're talking about Avatar, you're looking forward to the live action season 2. I have not seen the live action season 1, and so I need to check that out first. I watched the original series and then wanted to start Legend of Korra when it came out, but just never got around to it. I want to say I watched like the first episode, and then life gets in the way. But the original show is fantastic, and now that we're talking about it, pretty fun here for Powered by the Apocalypse Avatar Legends. Beetle and Grimm is putting out, they have a Kickstarter going right now for a campaign called Voyage of the Unity. And they have lots of really cool stuff associated with that. Beetle and Grimm's, if you're not familiar, does a lot of like your standard, like Wizards will release stuff. Beetle and Grimm's will release cool accessories and like new adventures and things to go along with that stuff. So like when Wizards comes out with Strahd stuff, Beetle and Grimm's comes out with like the gem or whatever that Strahd uses in the campaign, that kind of thing, like a physical thing. So Beetle and Grimm's is a great company, and right now they have a Kickstarter going for an Avatar additional campaign for the Avatar thing. So watch Korra first, Glitchy Jen says. You know what? You're right. I'll put that on my list. It'll go above anything else, and I will definitely check it out. Maria said she did not notice. So yeah, we have all 4 elements represented now as 10-piece sets, which is a lot of fun. So yeah, that's Shape Water. Great set. Very beachy vibes. Also, like, if you have what are they called? Like sea elves. I feel like they have like a name. But anyway, if you have like a seafaring character, that'd be a good set for them. Let's see, new sub-box terms. Oh, okay. So just today, someone had asked last chat if we had 3 or planned on making 3 and 6 month terms for the sub boxes, so that you could prepay 3 months ahead of time, 6 months ahead of time, etc. Because until then we've only had monthly and then annually. Well, today we turned on the switch, figured out how to do it, turned on the switch for 3 and 6 month term limits, terms. I don't know how to say that. Renewal schedules. I don't know. So you can sign up for 3 months at a time. For example, you get a slight discount because you're ordering in slight bulk, and so you pay all up front, and then you'll get your 3 months. Like each month, you'll get a set of dice. So you'll get that for 3 months. So you could prepay ahead of time to get a slight discount. And there's it's like the discount's bigger at 6 and then even bigger at a whole year. So prepaid subscriptions, thank you. Prepaid is the word. But yeah, 3, 6, and 12 are now available. So yeah, I don't remember who was asking about that, but you're welcome. And then last but not least, actually before we get into that, I'm just going to wedge this in here because last minute got approval to do this. But we also mentioned last week, someone else, I think it was Maria, was like, do we have any sneak peeks that we can share? And I didn't have any on hand at that point, but I do now. So let's take a look at a sneak peek. This sneak peek is technically for about 6 months from now. So it's a pretty big sneak peek, but we're going to, as we always do, offer this 6 month from now product as a pre-sale offer, and we're going to do that at the beginning of July. So you can keep an eye out for this on the site in July, and we'll do a big announcement. We'll talk about it. But you guys are definitely the first people that don't work for Dice Envy to see this sneak peek. So I don't know if anyone can tell what that is, even though it's written nice and big on the top. Yes, that's right. Advent calendars. Yay! So this is the sample that we got in. We get a print sample in to make sure that the colors are good, that the art came out the way we want it. So you get a sneak peek here at the artwork that we did. And I don't know if you can see that little corner there. So you can see Santa rolling. I think that's supposed to be our big chunky into a pile of the dice. He's got a big sack there, implying that there's a ton of stuff in the box, which there will be. 24 days of awesomeness, basically. And I don't know if you can see that purple corner next to him, but that is a second advent calendar. So that's the big surprise. That's the big twist this year. We're releasing 2 advent calendars. They have 2 different designs. This one's Krampus. The other one's Santa. And everything that is included is going to be themed. Either Krampus, naughty list, darker dice, darker, cool, edgy stuff that we put together. And then Santa will be having the nice list with all the red and green Christmassy vibe stuff. So they're both Christmas vibes, but just imagine, what do you feel when you hear the word Santa versus what do you feel when you hear the word Krampus? And those are the differences. So both calendars are going to be available. They're going to have completely separate offerings. So if you get 2 Santas, you'll get 2 sets of everything, of the same stuff. If you get a Santa and a Krampus, they're completely different. So it's very moody, cool, lots of black and purple and neon green, and then very Christmas, traditional Santa red and green vibes. So yeah, very exciting. Maria said I could share it, so we're sharing it. And you guys are the absolute first people to see it. So very exciting. Time to start saving up, Farron Coon says. That's probably a good idea. We are, when I said that you're going to hear about these in a few weeks, we're going to start pre-sales on the advent calendars. And I think it's like the first week or weekend of July. So, or first Monday of July, maybe. It's coming up. I'm not sure exactly when. But yeah, Spooky Kid Christmas, absolutely, is the Krampus advent. So that's very exciting. Yeah, I don't know. I want to say keep it to yourselves as a secret, but it's totally not a secret. If you want to point someone to the YouTube so they can go check it out, please do. And we'll have full professional Dylan photos in 3 weeks on the website, so you guys can check out the covers in more detail. But yeah, I'm very excited. I had to draw. I did both of the drawings for both, and I gotta tell you, if you go almost a whole year without drawing the cover for an advent calendar, then when it comes time to do it, you're like, oh crap, I forgot how to hold a stylus. So it's like an adventure every time. But we knocked it out of the park, I think. I'm pretty excited about these. They look pretty good. Krampus is especially cool, in my opinion. So it's there was definitely a conversation of whether or not this was too creepy, too gross, or not gross, but creepy, I guess, into the world of not being pleasant to look at anymore. So I think it's okay though. He's cartoonish enough. Yeah, so lots of fun. So if you get both, that's 48 days worth. Well, no, I guess 22 times 24 days worth of stuff. So pretty cool. Okay, anyway, that's that. And then next week, the announcement for next week is that we're going to have our fearless owner, David, in to talk with us about, he's got a dice collection that he's been hanging on to. It's like a dice bag full of dice, and it's got just some of the oldest dice, I think, in existence in there. So we're going to go over his little bag of history, and it's got a lot of Dice Envy history, just general RPG history and stuff, and he's just going to comment on it. He's been a nerd his entire life, so he's just going to take us, walk us through a little bit of a history lesson. And then next week we'll also be dropping a brand new metal set, which I'm very excited about. But yeah, we'll talk more about then. Let me just scan the chat real quick while I take a sip. Make sure I didn't miss any questions. Great idea, Shrapnel 24. You can open one slot in the morning and one in the evening if you got both calendars. So yeah, you can get your wake up and greet Santa, surprise, and then before bedtime, say goodnight to Krampus surprise. Very fun. Oh, Dave's here. Hi, Dave. 100% original dice. It's metal and true. I'm not sure what he's referring to. Maybe he has 100% original dice in his history of dice bag that we're going to go through. There's some stuff in there that like we designed and got prototyped but then never made it to the site, so that'll be fun to talk about. I'll give you guys a little peek at what the company has been through, basically. Yeah, all right, so that's it for today. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, as always, feel free to reach out to me, hello@diceenvy.com or rach@diceenvy.com. Definitely stop by next week. We're going to have a longer show with Dave here. And bring your questions if you have any questions for Dave, because he'll be here to answer them. And I think that's it. Happy rolling, everyone. Have a good week. Stay safe. And I will see you next Tuesday. All right. Bye, everybody.